Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your Southeast Idaho hazard and planning briefing for Monday, April 5th, 2021. So we get started here, two systems to think about and put on your radars here for this week. First, we have a system coming in today into Tuesday with all sorts of things expected for the region. We're going to be seeing breezy conditions, maybe some blowing dust for a few spots, cooler temperatures compared to the really warm conditions that we had over the weekend. A couple isolated thunderstorms possible with this system, and finally some rain and snow coming into the region for today into Tuesday. So really loading all these impacts here into the next 48 hours. Out of all of this though, generally not going to be terribly impactful for you. Our main concern, the main thing we're really focused on with this system is how the snowfall is going to play out, particularly overnight tonight into Tuesday morning, and a little bit of concern in the Snake Plain in particular. I'll talk about that in just a moment. High pressure generally is going to be our player for the rest of the week. We will see a few rain and snow showers possibly in some of our mountain areas on Thursday, along with possibly windy conditions across the region for Thursday as another system tries to brush across the region from the north. Current satellite this morning, not terribly useful for you, but you can actually see the system that's about to move into the area in the form of this moisture and cloud cover that is currently crossing the Idaho Panhandle. Again, the next 48-hour period, 36 to 48 hours is when we're expecting impacts out of this today into Tuesday for the region. Taking a look at our matrix, our impacts outlook here for the week. Again, we're pretty front-loaded today into Tuesday with all sorts of things going on here. Breezy conditions, maybe some blowing dust out there because of those breezy conditions and because we've been dry lately. Isolated thunderstorm, not out of the question, particularly outside the Central Mountains today, and particularly as you head toward the Wyoming border. We'll show you that in a moment as well. And then showers across the region, mix of rain and snow showers continuing into tonight. Now, I did highlight the Snake Plain here for Tuesday morning with potentially moderate impacts. That's mostly to draw your attention to it. We have a little bit lower certainty here on whether we actually will see impactful snow down low, but breezy conditions continuing with some snowfall during the morning. I'll show you that here in a moment. Otherwise, snow showers in the morning for the eastern Magic Valley into the South Hills, rain and snow showers everywhere else as well, ending during the morning across the Central Mountains, but continuing into the afternoon hours as you head out into the southern and eastern highlands. Quiet conditions on Wednesday, nice little break across the region. And then Thursday, that other system moving to our north, kind of brushing across the region with some breezy to windy conditions, particularly for the Snake Plain and the eastern Magic Valley, and maybe a few light rain and snow showers as we get into the higher terrain of most of our mountain regions. High temperatures today, I'm sorry, they're not what we saw over the weekend. Much cooler conditions with this storm system moving in, generally getting up into the 50s for most locations across southeast Idaho. Now I'm going to switch gears here and bring in one of our computer models so we can kind of time some of this out for you. As I normally caution, don't pay super close attention to exactly which location is getting rain or snow at any exact time. This is just a general flavor, okay? We look at lots of different computer models to kind of put our forecast together. This is just what one of them is thinking in terms of overall timing and progression of this system today. By 7 a.m., some rain and snow activity moving into portions of the Central Mountains west of Challis and up towards Stanley. And as we go to 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock this morning, very slow progression of this system into the region. We should still be dry by 11 a.m. this morning from the Snake Plain south and east, but rain and snow showers advancing into the Sun Valley area, also up toward Island Park and West Yellowstone. So we get into the early afternoon hours through about 2, 3 o'clock. Still some of that activity up across the Central Mountains and maybe the Montana border, but we'll also start to see activity moving into the eastern Magic Valley in the form of rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder in there as well. And then through the rest of the day, doesn't look terribly wet here on this particular model, but you can certainly get the flavor here by 6 o'clock that there'll be isolated to scattered rain showers, snow showers, maybe even a thunderstorm out there. And this model in particular is generating maybe a little idea of that thunderstorm activity here in the eastern highlands. as we head towards 6 or 7 o'clock this evening. So unsettled, showery conditions this afternoon across the entire region. Can't rule out a rain or snow shower anywhere for our southeast Idaho forecast area. Now, as we get into 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, almost a little bit of a lull, and don't be lulled into a false sense of security with that. Some of the other models are a little wetter in the Snake Plain. But as we head into the overnight hours, I want to draw your attention to what we have developing down here across the south and east. This is 3 a.m. off of this particular model. This model is really favoring the eastern highlands down into the south central highlands, maybe into Pocatello as well, for the idea of a broader area of moderate snowfall developing during the overnight. A couple of the other high resolution models we're using is developing this area right over the heart of the Snake Plain. So American Falls, Pocatello, Idaho Falls, Rexburg, potentially seeing that activity. So there's some uncertainty here as far as location, as far as timing. But certainly if we see this large area of moderate snowfall develop during the overnight, might allow us to overperform just a little bit on snowfall. Ground temperatures have been running a little warm because of our recent weather, and that may help to keep the roads a little less affected than they normally would be if we had colder temperatures. But still, again, we're going to have to watch this very carefully and see if we do get this really moderate, widespread snowfall developing. There is some potential for some slick conditions for your Tuesday morning commute where this area sets up. So as we continue into the morning, again, we continue this corridor of potential snowfall. Idaho Falls and Pocatello, you may be seeing that as we get into the commute time hours here on Tuesday. And then over the course of the Tuesday, you can see conditions slowly diminishing and shrinking off to the east as we go into the afternoon hours. And by early Tuesday morning, Central Mountain should be clear of most of the precipitation. We'll wrap this system up by late afternoon on Tuesday. Okay, back to our slides here. Sustained winds and wind gusts. So this is sustained winds here on the left for today and tonight. Sustained winds here on the right for Tuesday. Not much difference. It's going to be a breezy period across the region today and tomorrow. Generally on the order of about 10 to 25 miles an hour out of the west if you're in the Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley, more northwest across the Central Mountains, and we may see some wind gusts of about 35 to 40 miles per hour region-wide. Again, isolated thunderstorm possible. I think your best chance this afternoon and this evening is going to be east of Burley, to the south and east of the Central Mountains. And with these winds, again, can't rule out some localized blowing dust, maybe some pockets of lower visibility this afternoon and this evening. And that could be just about anywhere where we have active agriculture going on. So the Snake Plain corridor, the eastern Magic Valley, down toward Burley and Oakley, maybe wrapping around along portions of I-84 north of Sweetser Summit as well. Just be on the lookout for those conditions out there. Here's a look at total snowfall amounts for this system over the course of today and tomorrow. Really focused on the mountains. I think mountain valleys closer to an inch, and then those amounts creeping up closer to about 3 inches for most of our mountain passes. Higher amounts of 3 to 5 inches or so are going to really be up high. We're talking above pass level across our mountain regions. Best forecast we have right now, all things considered, we're still expecting kind of a wet coating to maybe an inch of snow for you folks in the Snake Plain region. But again, low confidence if we get that broader area of moderate snowfall going overnight tonight. This could overperform a little bit for your Tuesday morning. So again, stay tuned to our social media and statements from our office as we monitor this potential throughout the day. Temperatures on Tuesday remaining cool, generally in the mid-40s to mid-50s across the region. Dry on Wednesday with a break between systems. We'll rebound a little bit. You can see highs getting up to 63 for Blackfoot, almost to the edge of 70 degrees as we get into the eastern Magic Valley and the Burley area. Thursday, though, backing off a few degrees again with that kind of weaker system passing to our north with some wind. Rain and snow showers possible in the mountains, and then wind is the other thing that we're watching. Here on the left we have sustained wind values based on our current forecast. This is going to be afternoon and evening hours on Thursday, and you can see those values generally out of the west at about 20 to 30 miles an hour or so. And then your graphic here on the right, wind gusts, same direction, generally 30 to 45 miles per hour, again, Thursday afternoon and evening. So there's your two systems that we're watching for the week. And again, stay tuned as we watch how the snowfall evolves during the overnight hours tonight and whether or not you'll be waking up to some slick conditions Tuesday morning for your commute. Otherwise, everybody stay safe. Let us know if you have questions, comments, and concerns at the information shown here on your screen. Have a great Monday.